Spencer Danielson, new Boise State head coach, lands five-star quarterback Malachi Nelson out of the transfer portal and former number one quarterback for campus to Canton. What does this mean for Boise State and Spencer Danielson heading into 2024? Talk about it next. All right, before we talk about Malachi Nelson, Spencer Danielson, Boise State, guys, if you like the content that we are producing here at Campus to Canton, please hit that like and subscribe button. We're trying to get to 3,000 subs, and we don't have the support of CBS, NBC, ESPN. It's just you guys. We're so close, and we appreciate all the love and support you guys have given us. If you're new to the channel or you like what we're doing, hit that like button, hit subscribe, and we're going to talk about comments in a minute. But next, Malachi Nelson. Let's talk about the player first before we jump into Boise State. We were very, very high on him. And an athletic comp of Kirk Cousins, which is still a very good quarterback. He's listed at 6'3", 193 on USC's website. Was a five-star quarterback from Los Alamitos High School. Los Alamitos, one of the premier high schools in all of the United States, not just in California. And he was dominant for them. Passed for 2,898 yards and a 35-4 touchdown to interception ratio. Went on to be very dominant in the 7v7 circuit. Was very good in the Elite 11 as well. Was named to the the Under Armour All-American Bowl game before ending up choosing USC. Now, obviously, transferring to Boise State. So you haven't had a chance to watch Nelson. What did we think about him? You can go to our website. There's a link down below and purchase the freshman supplemental guide if you want the full write-up on Malachi Nelson. We write up all of these players, but we loved him. Austin Nace, co-founder of the website, wrote up Malachi Nelson's profile and talked about him being on the pro-ready Trevor Lawrence spectrum, like what we think he can be heading into the NFL through college. Extremely accurate quarterback. He can not only challenge all three levels of the field, but is very good at challenging and with accuracy. Like, he can fire it into all three levels of the field, but also he does a very good job of placing it. He knows exactly where to throw the ball. He can do over-the-shoulder passes. He can do back shoulder throws. Like, he has no issue placing the ball wherever he wants. Just an extremely high-level quarterback. I mean, Austin goes on to describe he's one of the best quarterbacks he has ever scouted in his 5 years of doing this. That's how high he was on Malachi Nelson. He came in as our number one quarterback over Nico, over Arch, over Dante Moore. Like, that's how much we love Malachi. Now, he's not going to be considered the most mobile quarterback, but he can use his legs to buy time and make plays out of structure, but he's not really a player that will go and pick up a ton of rushing yards for you like a Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts. Not even necessarily on like the Joe Burrow spectrum, but he is closer to that. I mean, simply put, Malachi Nelson has the tools to be an incredible quarterback. Now he's going to Spencer Danielson and the Boise State offense. And Spencer Danielson, who took over last year after Andy Avalos was fired, in his 3 games averaged 38.7 points, 460 yards of total offense, and outscored their opponents 116-40, including beating UNLV in the Mountain West Championship game. But Spencer Danielson is more of a defensive-minded coach, right? He's been with Boise State for the past 7 years and was all defense. They're keeping, though, offensive coordinator Bush Hardman, who is an intriguing coach. Was a quarterback for Boise State, has been an offensive coordinator twice in his really long tenure of coaching, with Washington in 2018 and 2019 with Chris Peterson, and then obviously last year, 2023, with Boise State for Andy Avalos and Spencer Danielson. They do not pass the ball a ton in neutral situations. So neutral situations is that first down or early rate. The neutral situations like a 3rd and 4 or early on in the downs, first down. Typically, it was between the 37 to 45% mark. You'd like to see that closer to 50-50 if you want a high passing offense. But what is really intriguing about that, again, they weren't passing a bunch, but when they were, extremely successful and extremely explosive. In pass success rate in his 2 years at Washington, in 2019, 43%, and in 2018, 45%. So you may say, well, that's not that good. Actually, it is. The average college coach's pass success rate is about 40%. So he outmatched that mark pretty well. And then pass explosiveness is 1.60. They're at a 1.80 with Boise State last year, and then a 1.65 in both Washington years. So not only does he may not pass the ball a ton early on or in neutral situations, but they're extremely successful and extremely explosive, which is what we like to see. This team has got weapons around him as well. Ashton Jeanty, who is one of the best running backs in the nation. We've had a chance to interview him. If you want to listen to that podcast interview, again, I'll have that link in the description below. But they also have some very good wide receivers. Prince Strachan, who really came on late last year. Billy Bowens, who still technically has 1 year of eligibility if he wants it, thanks to COVID, also had a very good year. I'll be honest, Eric McAllister also had a good year. It's listed that he has 1 year left of eligibility, but I don't know if he actually does. Regardless, I think Malachi Nelson is going to be able to take these guys, a Riley Smith, and make them into a very good wide receiver core. I think that they'll have a decent offensive line to protect Malachi Nelson. Boise State has a chance to be a very good team next year. And I think a lot of it's going to be because they are lifted up by Malachi Nelson, who, don't get me wrong, we love Talon Green, transfers out to Arkansas. We loved him at Boise State, but you guys are getting an upgrade in Malachi Nelson. So what do you guys think? Let me know down below. Can he make this team? Can they go undefeated? Can they challenge for the Mountain West Championship again? Eric McAllister, 3 years of eligibility. Billy Bowens, 1. It's going to be a fun offense next year, guys. Let me know what you guys think Boise State and Malachi Nelson are going to do in the comments down below, and we will talk to you guys again soon.